What's up, guys? Welcome back to my channel. But today I'm gonna be doing a go-to makeup look. This is like my makeup look that I always use, something I gravitate to if I'm in a rush. And it's not heavy, but it's not light either, so I think it's just right in the middle. And it's still glam, but not, I guess you could say it's a light glam. So let's just get into it. So first I start by priming my face, and I use a couple of primers. So the first primer I use is the Professional. Second one I use is for minimizing pores, because I have like larger pores in these areas on my face. So that's when I use the Smashbox Minimizing Pores Primer. I'm gonna start with that. So you just pat it into your face. And then the pore minimizing one, you're just gonna put it on the areas that you want to minimize your pores in. So I'm only gonna apply it to this area right here. I like to use, for like a glowier look, I put on the MAC Strobe Cream, and I only apply this to like the highlighting points on my face. I don't really apply it to my T-zone just because I'm a lot more oily in that area. But if you're not and you're more dry, then I would recommend putting it in that area. So I just take like a small pea-size amount, mush it together, and then I put it on my cheek directly. So I pat it and then I kind of swirl it in. Sometimes I'll use a beauty blender to like blend it out. You can sort of see the difference. And that's the only places I'll put it. I put the primer on first so I can allow it to actually set into my face, and then to kill time, I start to do my brows. I already have like quite thicker brows, so I don't need it to look heavier than it is, if that makes sense. So all I really do is shade and create a shape for it. And then you brush it out. You don't want any harsh lines. But you still want to keep that shape. Okay, so that's one side, and I'll be back with the other. Okay, now that we got our eyebrows on, I like to define my eyebrows, and I use just a regular concealer and my Morphe 4-1 or far I can't even talk. My Morphe M421 brush, and I'm just gonna use the NARS concealer if I can find it. Okay, I'm gonna use the NARS concealer, and this is in the color Light to Vanilla, because bitch, I'm white. And we're just gonna define them brows, you know what I'm saying? So I just take a small little amount on my brush, and I start to underline the bottom. This will also get rid, I have like some hair, you can't really see it from here, but I have like some hair underneath here, but I was too lazy to pluck, let's just be honest. And this will hide it. So this this will also clean your brows and like just make them look a lot more defined. Like if you can already tell, look how much more defined that looks than this side. Ish. I got you. So we just blend it out carefully. You don't want to bring the color far up. You just want to bring it down and blend it in that spot. You also don't want to put too much product just because it's gonna look cakey. And then sometimes I like to go right before the eyebrow starts to really define. Not a lot of product, but just a little. And then on this side as well. If I did accidentally put too much product, I'll just blend whatever is left into the skin like that. Okay, so now that we've done our brows, our skin is probably prepped. So the two foundations that I've been really into is I have one drugstore and one high-end. So I'll start with the drugstore. The drugstore is the Maybelline 24-hour foundation. Looks like that. I've heard this is good with like hotter weather or for oilier skin. Another one that I really like from the drugstore that I think is good for all skin types is the Maybelline Fit Me. Maybelline Fit Me foundation. I forgot what it's the one for the matte one. Yeah, that one is really good, but I wanted to try something new, so this is the one I've been trying out lately, and I think it's really good. Like I'm not like complaining. If I didn't like it, I wouldn't be using it, right? And then the other one is the NARS. Is this the? Oh my god, I forgot like the whole name for it, but it's this one. This I think is really good on like combination and oilier skin, maybe even dry. But if you're drier, I would use like a moisturizing primer just so that you're not cracking throughout the day. But I really like this one. Okay, I bought this one before and I kind of didn't really care for it, but I guess it's because I didn't really have, one, the right shade, and two, I wasn't applying it correctly. So I'm gonna just use this one today just to show you guys what I do to apply this. So normally people would like pump something and put dots all over their face, or pump it into their beauty blender and like just stipple it all over their face or whatever with their brush. So this product dries really quickly, and that's why a lot of people maybe don't like it. I don't know, that could be one of the reasons. But what I do is I work in sections, and I start with like one side of my face to the chin to the other side of and then my forehead is always last. So you want to cover like the biggest parts of your face first. So what I do is I start with my right side. I know it's so dumb. It doesn't matter what side you start with, but you just start with your right side or your left side. And you can either just put it directly on your cheek. You can put it on top of like a thing that you normally like squirt your stuff into, or you can squirt it into your beauty blender. But if you squirt it into your beauty blender, you might lose product. So sometimes if I'm in a rush, all I do is squirt it on my skin like this. But you don't want to squirt it too much so you have like that much product. And what I do is I work it into the skin quickly. So I'll take it and I'll just so you see that it's going to be drying quickly. And if you want to apply more, like you're more than welcome to, or if you don't want to apply as much, this is a really good foundation for that purpose. Like you can build it up or you can leave it as is. For me, I don't like to build it up too much. Oh, this earring. But I do like to build it up in this area, because if you look closely, you can't really see too much on camera. This is more of where I have like some redness, and I also have more of my acne scars, I guess, and some of my freckles, which, I mean, I don't mind having the freckles see-through, but sometimes if I just want like a clean all-around look, I'm not gonna want my freckles showing. So I take the foundation again and I just put a little on my beauty blender, because really a little is really a lot, honestly. And then I just dab it in the area that I want to cover more, because you don't want to make yourself look cakier than you need to. Okay, and then for the other side, and you don't need too much foundation under your eyes if you feel like you have like darker eye circles, because I struggle with that. I have darker under eyes, but what I found is that don't put too much of your foundation on it, because it's gonna make it look cakey, and you're already probably gonna put a concealer either under it or over it, so you don't wanna make it look gross, okay? Don't make her look cakey. And lastly, we're doing the forehead. And I'm not giving full pumps on my forehead just because it's a smaller space to work with. I used to use a Tarte Shape Tape, but I still sometimes use it, but I've been really liking the NARS concealer, especially with the NARS foundation, because it goes really well and they blend real well together. So I put them, and I don't put a lot either under my eyes, so I just put like that much probably. I know a lot of people put more than this, or sometimes people think this is too much. You don't have to put this much if that's not your style. And then I put on my forehead, down the bridge of my nose, my Cupid's bow, and my chin. I normally work from the bottom up, so I'll do this, blend it down, and then blend it in. So we go all the way, oh, like a little piggy. And blend that in. So when it comes to your inner corners, like right here, you never want to just blend to here. You want to blend up, and I learned that from Jaclyn Hill. You want to blend it up into your brow, because it's going to start leaving like this defined mark. Your makeup's getting cut off right here, and you want it to be effortless, so you want it to look like you're basically not wearing anything, right? So I just use like the remaining to blend upwards. I don't want to get too much of that product into my eye, because then it'll like kind of look weird on my entire eyelid. Okay. And now for contour. So I like literally only recently, maybe like last year, like realized how awesome cream contour is. Maybe because I've finally gotten the right type of cream contour that I've liked. I'm not such a fan of it, just only because sometimes it makes you look muddy, and maybe I wasn't applying it right, maybe I wasn't doing it, like blending it out enough. But I don't like that heavy bronzy look. I love just like everything is effortless in this look, so I really want it to look blended in and not so like I got a fake tan or something. So I've been really loving the KKW contour sticks, and I'm sure like everyone's heard of these already, but I'm in the shade Contour 1, medium Contour 1, yeah. You want to start from where your ear is, and you want to bring it down, not too far. You don't want it to come all the way down, because you don't want it to be that defined. You just want it to blend, so I don't make too thick of a mark. And I do that on the same thing on the other side as well. Okay. So this side came out thicker, but girl, it's okay. Because we can go up a little on this one. But to give some color to my face, I put a little at the top. More toward the hairline. I don't like to come all the way down because I already have an oval face and I want to keep it oval. So let's get to blending dishes. So I start by blending the bottom to the top, and I just work it back and then I work it up. Like when I say up, I mean up this way. You don't want it to be too low because then you're gonna start looking like you have some kind of like dark shadow. And honey, that's not what you want. And you really want to blend these out really well because, like I said, they can start to look muddy, but Kim K's brand blends out so nicely that if you're a beginner like I am when it comes to cream contour, you shouldn't have too much of a problem blending it out. I blended out all my contour. So I used the Laura Mercier powder and I set my under eye and the rest of my face, and I just use a different beauty blender. You just tap, 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 and try to get it as like into your skin as possible. Do that to the rest of your face where there's no contour. And this will help to like make your makeup stay a little longer as well. I like to especially do my nose because that's where I get the most oil. And then once you do that, I take my Morphe M438 brush and I just dust off everything. To be really sure that you got all that off, I use the Wet n Wild, I don't know what this is called, I think it's the foundation brush. And I just make sure that everything is taken off because you don't want it to look powdery on your face. I kind of like really been loving NARS lately. Like they have like the really nice tones of things and just like their powders and stuff. I don't know, it's just really good. So I'm gonna take my Morphe R7 brush. Sorry girl, it's like ratchet. That's how you know I use it a lot. And I'm gonna use the NARS. I don't know if they even, I'm pretty sure they sell this still. It's like the duo pack with Laguna and Orgasm blush. And yeah. And I'm just gonna take that. I'm just gonna lightly brush it in and then work it up. Yeah? Just like that, okay? Again. Alright, let's just get back into it. And then we're gonna do again. This mirror is messing me up right now. On the other side, start from the outside, move to the inside, and work, and work, and work, and work, and work. We're gonna go to the other side because I feel like this side's not as dark as this side. I think you had it down. We're just gonna darken her. So now that you pretty much set your contour, I like to put blush. Not a lot, just a little bit. Not a lot, but girl, just a little bit. I'm gonna use the blush brush from Real Techniques. Babe. And I'm gonna use Orgasm. If the only other one that I like besides Orgasm for blush I like to use is the Milani Luminoso, because she is so good. And the other one I like to use is the MAC Warm Soul. That's more for like a bronzier kind of tint, like a bronzy glow. Sometimes I'll use that one, and that one's really pretty as well. And I just put very lightly because I don't want to look like a clown. Nobody wants to look like a clown, sweetie. Do not overpack your blush, honey. Please. Please. I just don't like packing it on too much. So I kind of blend it into my contour. I don't really like it like right here. It looks stupid. So it's just for some color in your skin. I just blend that bitches together because they need to get along. See that? See that? Yeah. They need to be friends, girl. They need to be lovers. They need to come into your skin together and make a baby. So I just like to blend them in together. And voila, you have the finished project, okay? On to the next. As you can tell, I really like to focus on my face first and then I do my eyes. Only when I'm not doing eyeshadow, and basically I'm not doing eyeshadow for this look. So now we're gonna take the lovely, I love this packaging. Like, I can't get enough of it. Like, Desi and Katie, you did it. You did it. You did it. You really did it, because it's cute or whatever. Okay. So I like to use this highlighter as well as the mascara. This bitch be shining, okay? For a drugstore bitch, you can't go wrong. But today I'm gonna use this one just because it's a lot more subtle and it's a lot more glowy to the skin, if you will. So I take my Morphe M509 brush and I just swirl her. You don't want to overdo your highlighter. It's cute if it's very glowy, but you don't want to be cakey. Never be cakey, hunty, okay? I'm just dabbing her, dab, 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 and then I swirl her. I like this brush just because you can blend from like the bottom in. It allows you to blend your your highlighter. And I like to first lay it down like this and then kind of brush it into your bronzer and then brush it up. So let's see, look at that. Look at her, nothing. Her, yes, come through. Coming through. I'm very light skinned, so for me to have a highlighter that works is really hard sometimes. And I love like that goldy, bronzy, more kind of tones. So I really love this one just because it kind of complements mostly every skin tone. So that's that side. We're doing the same thing on this side. I don't like to bring it too far down because like I said, I have like larger pores right in this area. And sometimes I catch myself too, like I accidentally like go too far. But you want to keep it from about here where your cheekbone is and brush her up and down. If you have like regular, I mean, it doesn't really matter what kind of pores you have, but over here for me it'll show the most if you bring your highlighter too down. And even if you don't bring your highlighter, I mean, even if you don't have big pores and you bring your highlighter too down, you're gonna be able to see whatever else is under your skin. So whether it's like oils or whatever, freckles, you're gonna see it a lot more. So I like to keep it at the high points. Hint the name high highlighter, not low cheek lighter, okay sis? get it straight. 'Cause I ain't. And then we're gonna do the tops, just as like the corners, so that you can bring out those points. And then I put it on my nose. I first do it with the brush, and then I take my finger and I go right down the bridge only. This lighting is so bright, it's hard to tell, but. And then I do my Cupid's bow. I actually was watching Desi Perkins and I took this tip from her, and I think it really like brightened my look a little more. And what she does is she highlights the inner corner of your eyes, and if you're not wearing any eyeshadow for the day, like this girl will do it for you. Like it'll make your eyes pop without so much effort, you know? And I really liked that tip from Desi Perkins. Like, thank you, girl. Like, I live for your videos. Yeah. So I'm gonna use the Sigma Pencil E30, and you can use any brush that has like this kind of point to it. And what we're gonna do is take our highlighter again, and we're just going to dab, dab, dab. And we're gonna work it into the corner like that. And sis, she's bright. So you can kind of see it when I go closer. Maybe not too much from far away. But I just like it. It's a little detail that makes me feel a little prettier. So if you guys want to try that out, just try it out. Alright, so we're going to take our setting spray, and I'm using the Morphe setting spray. So once I do the face, I like to already set, because I notice when I set with like my eyeliner on or my lashes on or my mascara on, it just becomes a mess, and you don't want that. This is a mist, and it just feels like, yes. And I really like to get it on the cheeks, because that's the area you want to set the most, because it's the biggest area of your face. Duh. And I'll just kind of set this in. Like the setting spray isn't just like at the top of your skin. Okay, and then now I'm gonna just take a curling, what do you call this stuff? Yeah, this. Curling my lashes, and I like to curl them from basically the root, and I don't want to get too far from them, so I go all the way close, and I like go like that for a little bit, and I let them breathe, and you can already tell the difference. So I am gonna continue curling my lashes. And I like to go from the root. Like I said, you can see the difference already with just using this to curl them. And I like to just do it a couple of times. And I let it breathe, and I go to this side. Let me just check that I'm not getting all my lashes. You want to make sure you don't have like that crease cut in your lashes, because it'll show when you put your mascara on. So that's why I let them breathe for a little bit, because when you use any type of I don't know what this is called, but when you use this, it'll make that indentation. Here, let me kind of show you that indentation. So you see how there's like the indentation? You want to let it breathe so that it's more like flowy naturally than like that cut and then your lashes. Does that make sense? So yeah, and do that until you're satisfied with the length. And then I start going in with my Voluminous Lash Paradise L'Oreal mascara. I take it and I just brush her. And I brush it carefully because I don't like that thick I don't like when it gets clumpy. Another trick is like if you want it fuller, to brush the top, or not fuller, longer, brush the top and it'll make it longer. So like you go from the bottom up and then you come around and you brush the tops. See how big of a difference? Brush her, brush. Okay? If you want to keep going, you can, but I would let it dry just a little bit and work on your other side. And I would work quickly because your mascara will dry fast. And you want to make sure that like your mascara is evenly distributed. Like you don't want to have like gaps. And that's why you do it from the bottom up so that all your lashes will like pierce apart evenly. Okay, so my battery like overheated. From where I left off, I just used mascara on the bottom of my lashes and then I put on false lashes. And these are like the ones I like to use all the time. It's super inexpensive. This is like a really cute everyday lash. It's very light and I love it so much. And it's the Red Cherry lashes. And this is in the style Stevie. They used to be called number 43, and yes girl, it's just like so nice. And then last but not least, our favorite part of makeup videos, for me at least, is when I see like different people's like go-to lipsticks or lip liners or anything lip products. So today I'm going to be using the Rimmel Spice, and I actually tried this out because who was it? Patrick Star mentioned that it's like a dupe for something or whatever. And I was like, oh my god, I'm gonna try that. And I tried it and I really like it like so much that it's like my go-to lip pencil. And I also use the NYX, what do you call this? Pencil sharpener. And I like to use the NYX one. I've tried like multiple ones. I've even tried like the ones that you use for like regular pencils, and I don't think it does the job like this one does. And I like that NYX, because they are known for their lip pencils as well. They have one small hole and then one larger hole. So like for the more bigger ones that they carry, and then the regular ones that they have, and most fit into this small one. I really like these for basically any pencil that you have for lip liners. I like to pair this lippy with the Dose of Color over the top gloss. Like I'm literally so scared because I know this is sold out right now, and like look at this gloss. Oh shoot, look at this gloss. It's like literally like half gone. I don't know why it's like more at the top, but it's like pretty much almost gone, and I'm scared because I really love this gloss. I could just use this gloss by itself, honestly. Like that's how much I love this gloss. But I'm like nervous because this is like not much left. But another, oh my god, dude, seriously. Another good dupe for this one would be like the Jouer. Am I saying that right? I think I'm saying it right. The Jouer lip gloss, and that one is really shimmery too, but I really love this one. Like I've never loved the gloss so much that I do in this one, hence the reason why it's like literally almost gone. Anyways, so I'm gonna just apply this and then the gloss, and then we are done. So we're gonna go from this to this. So this is the final look. I'm just gonna do my hair and I'll be right back. Okay guys, so this is the finished look. I've been really liking putting up my hair like this lately. I don't know, it's just easy and simple and fast. And girl, she's cute, whatever. So yeah, this is like the finished look. Very simple, very cute, very everyday. And if you guys have any questions or comments, leave them in the comments down below. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. And of course, don't forget to follow me on Instagram at KAWAIII808. And you guys have a blessed and beautiful day. I hope you folks enjoyed this video. Bye!